Hello gamers, welcome back to Idiosyn's Let's Play of Assassin's Creed Origins, parte 149, part 149. We are on a chariot with Julius Caesar. He's a dick. We've established that.
Any who would give up on our people is no countryman of mine.
Fuck this game. I don't even care. What is this, like Metal Gear Solid 3?
We're surrounded.
It definitely doesn't hold a candle to MGS5. That chase sequence in that prologue, though. Oh man, that shit was on point.
Behind us, the chariot gates. I hear more gaining on us.
I'm shooting as fast as I can, Roman.
I feel like, though, I've said this before, the fortress style levels in this game draw a lot of inspiration from MGS5. I think Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, because they were both pretty much the same, except Phantom Pain was just vastly improved.
Ready yourself, Caesar. This is worse than any battle you get had.
Can't be that bad.
But, you know,
It is Osiris himself. The arrows are only making
it's not, I mean, it's not really Osiris, it's an elephant, guys. Just in case you didn't get that. Don't call me that. You like if I just called you Roman instead of Caesar?
The lighthouse approaches quickly. We'll run out of land soon. Row harder. There, it's the fleet.
I have nothing left to throw.
What? Is dawn?
Any time.
That was fast. That music effect was pretty cool.
There will be songs of us, Bayek. Now, we must join the ships. We will be heroes, sword and mind.
Seeking glory. That's so completely understandable in what I live for. Isn't that the ultimate human condition, that what we all want is to just seek glory? I mean, and you could counter-argue and say, well, what about philanthropists? What about people who are charity workers? Yeah, I understand that. What they do is most likely more noble than what the majority of us do. However, don't tell me that there isn't self-interest involved with that shit. Because when you're a philanthropist, when you're a charity worker, even if you don't have fame or renown for what you do, even if you did your work anonymously, it gives you a sense of well-being and pride that you help other people. So, is anyone truly selfless? That's the question I posit to you today. I like how they have this drink stopper in the handle of Jack Daniels. It's not really a handle, it's just a square bottle. It's like the most badass bottle ever. First shot of the evening. Definitely not the last.
Mars himself fights with us. Destroy them all. Feel the blood rush by it. And know that Mars himself drives your blade. You lose ground, you
Mars ain't my god.
Not one of you can stay my blade. Feel the blood rush by it. And know that
Feel the
Mars
blood.
himself
That sounds like a
drives
metric
your blade.
lyric or something.
Keep on, men! We will defeat them! Flee while you still can!
I bet he says stuff like flee while you still can because it's probably a wise thing to say to your opponent. because you don't know necessarily if they'll kill you or not. So you want to trick them psychologically into fleeing. So yeah, this is the story elephant boss. There are 4 elephants on the map that you have to kill. 2 of them are by themselves, and then the remaining 2 are you fight at the same time. Katesh and Rishef, I think. I forget the names of the 2 solo elephants. This one is as exemplary as it gets. So if you're looking for advice on how to fight the optional elephants, it's the same as this, really. The only difference is that I'm not sure, we'll see in a minute, whether or not the boss, Pothinus, fires any projectiles from the seat up top. Because in the optional boss battles, at some point, the pilots start to shoot at you, which you have to block with your shield. So it's good to, I wouldn't attempt to block the elephant's charge, because you can absorb the damage, but it'll knock you off canter, so you don't want to be taking that hit. It's better to dodge. One thing I don't think I use here that I learned later is to dodge the elephant. Don't dodge away from it. Try to dodge past it. It might be a little counterintuitive, but it's much easier to dodge its blows if you move behind it. Once it's like, so basically let it come up to your face and then jam square to get behind it. And then you can hit it a few times before it raises a leg to stomp you and get in some significant damage. But yeah, for the optional ones, use a shield with ranged resistance, because you're not going to need melee resistance. You're not going to want to take blows to your shield from the elephant itself. And I advise using bows like the composite bow. And there's a particular warrior bow that I have that's legendary that also is health on hit. Basically, health on hit will make sure that you survive these battles because they're rather long. And that's about it, really. I mean, there's not much you can do otherwise. These bosses are rather impervious, if not totally impervious, to burn, bleed, poison, etc. I mean, they're pretty fun fights, but they're repetitive. It doesn't get increasingly complex. Like, you could count the pilot shooting at you, but that's not really a big addition to the fight. And Pothinus is nowhere to be seen because he's already in the Duat zone or some shit. Alright, let's take the shot.
Face your judgment.
They went too far in Siwa. I knew it then.
Ooh.
But I just wanted peace for Egypt.
Your peace leaves many wondering.
Oh,
This is inevitable.
Jack Daniels, good shit.
Good rule always does. My apologies, Bayek of Siwa. My fee is covered, it seems. Now may I go to my glory.
There is
Money
no
whore.
glory left in Egypt.
Maybe there's glory in the Duat. You never know. He seemed reasonable.
The damned eunuch is no more. Good. The speculatores found Septimius. He is in the village beyond. I will distract his men while you capture him. We must know what he plans.
You would think your spies would already know.
They have their limits. But they claim Aya has the scent of that puppet king. So they also have their uses.
Indeed, indeed.
Ptolemy is already caught.
Dialogue.
I will finish the rest.
See you in the next one.